What's up, guys? JV2017 here, and basically, I'm just going to show you an Anders healing guide or character guide. I'm not going to be showing any tactics or anything, but basically, I took a Maker Sai in the Black Emporium, reset everything, and so for the attributes, of course, he's a mage, and just I mean, it's pretty obvious. You just need to be putting points into magic and willpower, and if you're on a higher difficulty, higher than normal, you might want to invest points, or you probably will want to invest points into constitution, because health is really, it's just really universal for all classes and all characters. So I have 57 points here, and I would just honestly like do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, something like this. I don't really know. It's not really specific. I would go like, definitely want to get your magic and willpower up high. But once again, you want to worry, well, you need to worry a little bit about health because, of course, mages are, not, can't really defend themselves very well unless you make them have damage abilities, and of course this is a healing, but we are definitely going to pick up some damage abilities because I know, I mean, you need some damage abilities. But anyways, 38 magic, 38 willpower, and 38 constitution is what I put him at. So when you first start out with Anders, of course, since he's a mage, he's going to have Mind Blast. I think he starts out with Mind Blast, but I think he also starts out with Winter's Grasp and Fireball. And I'm not gonna make him start out with those. I could be wrong about that. Please correct me if I am, but I'm not gonna go on this one level by level. But also, if you're just looking at this for a normal healer and not Anders, just for your Hawk, if you're trying to make your Hawk a healer, you can basically go by the same guide that I'm about to show you. Except this last tree, you'll want to put points into Spirit Healer, and I'm not really sure about Spirit Healer, but I think it's not the same, but the same basic idea as Anders is here, but with the exception of Vengeance and Swift Justice. So, okay, that was a lot of talking. All right, so our main tree here is going to be Creation because it's got Heal. And to be honest, you just need to completely fill out this tree. And Heal, of course, regenerates any target that you choose as health, and when you activate this ability in the game, it actually pauses the game for you on the 360, probably on the PC too, and lets you choose who you want to heal. So heal, and of course you're going to want to upgrade it. Hold on, see if it'll let me. Okay, to Greater Heal, which increases the regeneration by 40% even more, by double, so now it's 80%. So that's a pretty strong heal. So next we have Glyph of Paralysis, which paralyzes enemies, and as you can tell, the size is not that big, 6 meters, but this is a useful ability just because you can upgrade it and increases the duration, paralyzed duration, and enemies paralyzed. So this is like a control ability, I would say, where you can just kind of control mobs, and that's really, it gives a utility kind of feel to a healer. You know, you're not just healing peeps, you're also manipulating enemies. So next we have the Glyph of Repulsion, which, let's see, what does it do? Inscribes the ground with a glyph that repels opponents with strong wave of physical force. So I don't know if this knocks opponents down, but I think it does. It might. I'm not 100%. I haven't rolled a healer yet, but anyways, this upgrades to increase the physical force. Very nice. Down here we have the Heroic Aura, Heroic Aura, and Aura. I think that's how you say it. Aura. Increases the attack for all party members, increases defense, and this takes up 20% of Anders' mana, and you can upgrade it to where it increases damage and critical strike. I really like to use Heroic Aura. I'm not sure about you guys, but I don't care that it takes up 20% of the mana. I still think it's really useful for the whole party. So I definitely use that. And haste increases your attack speed for 10 seconds. That's a pretty long time for long battles. And of course, it's got that long 60-second cooldown because it's a great ability. And increases the duration is the upgrades. So now we've completely filled out the creation tree, and of course, you started out with the Mind Blast. I'm pretty positive he starts out with Mind Blast, but once again, not sure. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure with this, but elemental weapons, I've seen people use it, and I think this is actually a pretty good ability to have for a mage, and you know, it could be that it's not, like, you could better go off with upgrading Barrier or Mind Blast, because that's how the points are really going to end up. But I'm just going to go ahead and put that point in elemental weapons. I'll come back to the arcane tree, and I'm just going to go over here to the vengeance tree, and you're going to want to get Panacea, which takes up, look at how much reserve it takes up, 40% of mana. So I think this is kind of like an oh shit moment kind of ability, because it only has that 6 meter size, so the radius is not that big for how much this affects. But if you pack in all your party members and you're getting hit hard by a boss, Panacea definitely will help you. So Regroup is kind of like your resurrection spell, and it revives fallen enemies with 30% health regeneration and 40% mana stamina. And of course it has a 2-minute cooldown and costs a lot of mana. Next we have Aid Allies, which heals all of your allies 30%. And this costs, wow, Screw just came out of my laptop. Not good. This costs 35 mana and a long 50-second cooldown. Not as long as the Resurrection, of course. So now we're going to go down to Vengeance. And I really don't think I'll ever be using this ability, as far as, you know, like, this is for attacks and spells inflicting more damage. So, but you're more susceptible to damage and cannot be healed. So this is really, I don't know, it's kind of counterintuitive in my opinion. But the only reason we're putting a point into it is to get Swift Justice, which increases, which makes the cooldown 80% for all spells. So it reduces your cooldown by 20%, which is really nice. And that's why we're going to put a point into there. And that's all we're going to do with Vengeance. I mean, I thought I put a point into Aid Allies. I guess I didn't. We're going to not do anything with Martyr, Blood of My Enemy, or we're not going to increase Vengeance. But if you want a little more firepower with Anders, you can totally do that. So next, really, we have 4 points left. So we're looking at Barrier, which I would definitely recommend, because even with some of the upgrades and sustained modes that you get from other party members, damage resistance is very nice to have for the mage or an ally. So you can protect an ally, which is very nice. It increases that damage resistance by 50%. And next, you know, I'm going to say get Crushing Prison, because I know as a healing mage it gets pretty boring. And this goes for if your Hawk is a healing slash, you know, a healer mage, you might want to invest points into Crushing Prison. Some people like to go into the Spirit Tree, but I like to keep it simple and go into this Arcane Tree. But then you want to definitely increase the Barrier damage resistance 100%. So that, I think that makes them immune for that 6 seconds. Very, very effective skill. And we only have 1 point left. So, you know, you could just not put any points into elemental weapons and go over here and get Dispel Magic. And Dispel Magic interrupts enemy spell casting, removes hostile magical effects, just the whole shebang basically for magic abilities. So basically, I've heard this is a really good ability to have, and if you really want this, you can get it instead of elemental weapons, because we already have, you know, the possibility of using Panacea in an oh shit moment, and then back on our creation tree using Heroic Aura, which I like to use all the time. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little Anders guide. I would just go ahead and put this point into Mind Blast for extra mage stuff, I guess, for extra survivability. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please check out my channel for more Dragon Age 2 and my rogue walkthrough on Machinima Realm. Peace.